also helped me with the info session is Magnimind Academy faculty. He's been faculty in so many universities, currently at San Jose State University. And then prior to that, he was in Santa Clara University. And then prior to that, he was, in between, he was in Kais University faculty. Both of us has been working on data science and computational field last 20 years. My background physics, biophysics, bioengineering. And with Dr. Jerome, we do a lot of medical AI projects at Stanford. And we work with different hospitals, collect data from different places, build AI platforms for medicine and healthcare. So as Magnimind Academy, as we mentioned, we are really highly focused on data science for years, and recently we really followed what is going on trends in Silicon Valley, and we design programs for students that captures industry's needs and try to prepare them what is in industry, what is going in industry, and always trying to keep them in the most latest trended technologies. And now I will start an info session. And while I will start, and Dr. Jaram will give more details about our programs. So let me see if you guys can see the screen. Okay, good. So overall data scientists, people switch to data scientists past like 5 to 10 years because compared to any engineering, data science is being getting more trend and hype, and then data scientists getting more payment than in average industry. And then specifically we target here the FANG companies, and eventually we want our students, our alumni to go to FANG companies is payment much higher. And everything, data scientists, ML engineer, data analysis, it just keep, and compared to average, it's having a higher salary. Reason I give that, we really focus our more jobs training, focus on this career training and support, focus to FANG hiring. And usually it really depends on how you get hired to FANG companies. That is a lot of a bus strategy that people with advanced degrees, years of experience, but if they don't know what to do, they really have a hard time to get a FANG interviews. Compared to other candidates with less experience, although doesn't have much, advanced degree, but show hands-on skills, and then know what to do with the interviews, they can get the jobs easier. So it is really, you can see a lot of stories and different profiles in Silicon Valley like that. So it's like strategy matters a lot to how you can start your job market, or how you can start your industry experience. So that's where we are focused. And over the years and experience in being Silicon Valley and exposed to all these high-tech, big tech companies and mentors from all these companies, we try to have a really good tailored program, individualized, personalized program to get you jobs. This shows the big salary curve that for what everyone is getting, what big tech getting, and what the upscale companies getting. So challenges now to get a data science training and education, it's really on 3 points. In 2 points. One is there is people graduates, but they don't really have an experience. They don't really work on any application. And we have so many students, a lot masters and some PhDs, and they don't really have an experience and they struggle to do projects. So we understand that what lack of experience, the problem not to get a job, is the second problem. But this is like having real world application, lack of real world application experience versus lack of experience is really going along together. We get people with great training and fundamental training, but once we give them projects, we see that they cannot really do it easily. Even really some simple pipeline projects, they cannot do it. We see that why people look for an experience, because the companies, when they hire you, they give you really good money. And they really don't have really luxury to just invest in another person to help you to go through to build the project. And once they hire you, they want you to perform and then do project. That's why your experience matters. Your real world application experience matters. I know, I heard from the industry there are a few cases that people get hired with the CVs and they said they cannot really do it in the first month they get fired. And that happens because the industry doesn't have that patience. So that's why the challenges plus the limited mentorships, because a lot of training and teaching online boot camps, they're heavily on like a class-based structure, self-learning, but there's not much mentorship guidelines. So what we really give as a Magnimind, addressing those in 5 aspects. First, we give the students real-world projects. The way and we work, we give a company experience. So we have different tiers of programs here. The company experiences is one of the tier includes. So we talk to companies here in Silicon Valley. We tell them that we give you an intern, but give you a mentor with it. So can you assign them a really good, decent project, that real world project that they can work on it, because we assign him a really good mentor to work with. And we have a whole Magnimind crew is helping that person too. So this way we convince the companies to work with interns. Otherwise, it's so much to deal with interns for so many companies. You see like companies like IBM, Google, they have thousands of job applications. They only have few interns hired. Okay. So they don't want to deal with interns in general. But how are you gonna get an experience like a chicken and egg issue? If you don't get an experience, they won't hire you. If you want, they will not hire you, you won't get an experience. So we try to have such solution to address that. We try to convince companies. We give them a mentors assigned with interns to work together to just bypass that experience problem, and they work on real world projects. And overall, throughout our program, if you just sign up to most like I will show you tier program Dr. Jara will mention, you will have 5+ mentors working on you individually. It's really critical we work individual one-on-one base. And then that is like, we don't see like, if you're in class structure in groups, a lot of people getting lost. We had even in the past group studies, like 3-4 people working on projects, but we see 1 or 2 people getting lost. Mentors didn't realize that. Now in a one-on-one base, we don't really miss anyone. So you're not missed because your needs and your background is individually crafted for the projects with mentors. It helps you to grow in the field. Again, we give you academy industry experience and we give you Silicon Valley exposure. It's really important because either all the technology is starting here or going through here, eventually come here, have a stop. One of the first stops, the technology come here, because this is where the AI is mostly generated, used, or data science. So I explained those in general, and I will let Dr. Jaran talk about the tiers and then the overview of the program.
Yeah, hello everyone. Thank you, Dr. Baday. As Dr. Baday mentioned, we have 3 tiers of programs available. So when we say data science, the spectrum is wide. So we have students coming for looking for positions for as data analyst to data scientist to machine learning engineer. So we have students coming from backgrounds with almost no data science experience to software engineers to data engineers. So we have different students with different backgrounds. What we do is when we talk with a student, interview the student, go through her background, his background. So if we see that the student needs to take some time and then maybe learn or review some of the basics. So we assign a data scientist to the student, and then student goes through again one-on-one training. This time on the basics. What are those basics? Python, SQL, statistics, machine learning, deep learning. So these are the 5 topics that a student is supposed to review, and then at the end come up with a capstone project, deploy this project, showing that the student is ready to get started with the projects. So we have 3 tiers. The beginner tier is, again, if the student is totally new and they need some foundational skills, we are going to, as I said, support the student with one-on-one training first on basics. Sometimes we have students who have background experience with data science and still go through this training, and then they always say they had really they benefited from this period. It depends on the pace, on the background of the student, but in general, it may take from 4 to 8 weeks, this basic training. So in the beginner, for the beginner tier, what happens next is we are going to put the students through 6 projects. This is going to be lasting for 6 weeks. Each week we'll have one project, two projects on machine learning, 2 projects on LLM or NLP, and 2 projects on deep learning, basically mostly on image processing. So what is the aim of this 6 week long projects? Again, during this time, the student will be assigned with a mentor. So during the meetings, student and the mentor will go through the code. And this makes a big difference, by the way. So pick any project. By the way, our projects are not cookbook projects, but pick any project. Let's say you pick Titanic project, right? You can find thousands of solutions on Titanic project when you check the internet. So if you ever try to go through even that project, like it's a cookbook project. When I say that project, because it is so many people already solved this problem. So if you go through your code and then project with someone else, and then line by line discuss what you did, what you understood, why you did that, you will see that it. I mean, we experienced that makes a big difference. So during this 6 week, for each project, at least 2 to 3 times, you will meet with your mentor, and then you will go through your code, how you approach the problem, why you approach that way, and then gain some experience. Get ready for what in the beginner tier we have this 9 weeks long project. So after the 6 projects, there is a 7th project, which is going to be the company project, which is going to take 9 weeks of time duration. And this project is going to be a vague project. Student is going to be working with a real data science team. The project is not like well defined like the first 6 projects. So student is supposed to actually work on the project, come up with a solution which can be implemented. So these projects are ongoing projects. Our students, until they find a job, even after 9 weeks, they keep working on these projects. So during this time, we also provide interview support. So we recommend students take at least 2 interviews with us before they leave the program. After they leave the program, we support the students 6 months. So if they have an interview, so we give them mock interviews to make sure that they get ready for the interview. So we provide 10 mock interviews until the end of the program. Okay, so that is beginner. If you are intermediate, if you have already a good background, if you are saying that I don't need really training on the what is that fundamentals, then we are going to provide you again these 6 projects, so that this will refresh your memory on the fundamentals, sharpen your skills. Again, we are going to provide you mock interviews. And then we have also some students who do not need any of the projects. They actually need to get ready for the interview. So that is the 3rd tier. We're not having too many students coming to the third tier, but in case if you don't need any projects, but you just need to get ready for the interviews. Again, when you start taking mock interviews, a lot of times we realize, oh, I thought I knew this, but now I know that I need to sit down and study more on that. So we give feedback, we ask questions from many different angles, just to make sure that you are ready for the interview. So these are the three tiers. If you are a beginner, if you need to refresh your knowledge on the fundamentals, I would recommend taking the beginner tier. Again, for 4 to 8 weeks, you will be working one-on-one with a mentor. I mean, every student is assigned with a mentor, and they will be working one-on-one. So if you guys have any questions about any of these tiers, please let us know. So anything that is not clear. So what is say a project about? So any examples? So just let us know, please. So I'll try my best to answer. So Dr. Baday, anything else you want to add?
Yeah, there are a few more things I want to add. If you have any questions, you can leave in Q&A there. And we're trying to address actually most commonly questions of the presentation as much as we can. So there are really the people ask what kind of projects is student working on. There's like some of the recent projects the student working on. They're working on sport medicine, building a AI projects for preventing the athletes to get injured with from like a specific analysis. And then there is a healthcare robot project. There's so many students working on this company with so many AI healthcare models they're building for robots. There's a AI finance projects and specifically some stock market and some other finance projects. They're developing AI models for it. And cancer detection and so many different cancer and different imaging modalities costs actually AI in medicine. There's a lot of projects on that. And there is advertisement optimization using data science and AI models. This is already some sample projects. So we really match students with their interest and then with those industries and companies as much as we can. So overall, this is like so many aspects of training we give. Like we give three aspects to students. First, you're able to do the job by yourself, full pipeline job. So that's the first thing. Although you know data science well, but you don't do projects, you don't learn. Second is getting an interview and passing interviews. We have in parallel sessions with coaching and other aspects. We're trying to get the interview and pass you. We do that training. And then third one is an experience is really the key because overall you should be able to show an experience so you can get an interview. So we do cover all that to get you a good job and network. So let's see.
Yeah,
Any
Hannah is asking a question about do you help with job placement, resume prep, and finding a job? So Hannah, I mean, we are not going to we don't refer a student to a company for a job, so we don't do that. But the resume prep and then helping to find a job, it's actually that's our target. Huh? That's what we want to do. That's our aim. So giving you the experience, providing you an environment where you can gain experience and then put this into your resume. We believe that is making a big difference. Our students say that is making a big difference. But we are not going to find a job for the student. We're not gonna do that.
But again, critical things that we give all the three different experience to strengthen in the job market. And one third of the program is focusing on your career development, career coaching, preparing for interviews, mock interviews, and all that. So that is really besides your fundamental knowledge and experience, and besides your company exposure, this is one of our strength to provide student. Let's see if you guys have another question. So I tell you for the success rate, so far, this is really specific programs I will talk about briefly. For students graduating within year, they all get job 100%. But this mentorship slash internship program is very specific. When you apply, we review your background. We see that a program will benefit you, which a lot of people come. This one is really with good background. We know that you will be able to get job. We recruit students like that, and they all get jobs once they recruit it. So, and this is like ours is really good touch point for students, boost their career, so they can get job. In that, so within a year, we get 100% success after
Yeah, some
graduation.
some students found jobs before they get graduated, some within 1 month of graduation, some found in 1 year, but I think more or less in 1 year, I believe you're gonna find a job. Yeah.
So let's see if anything else. Again, this week is we have. So usually we have three batches in three different seasons we're starting. June, September, and January. But time to time we start batches in different times as we get more spots from companies. We open new batches. Like our batches filling up this uh our batches filling up this week. This week we're starting new batches. If you are interested, I recommend not get latents to apply it, and we might really rush you to get in there. It's just we have an interview process, and we have to make sure that you're a qualifier for the program. And the age and experience, what we get actually seniors from university if they have a good exposure to data science, AI, some programming, or some engineering skills. So math and statistical skills are base to just do well in this field. And but anymore, it will really help to get accepted to program. I recommend to apply. Go ahead, Dr. John.
So far we had about age and experience, we had really diverse set of students with different levels of experiences. We had students who are actually working professionals in their 40s, 50s. We had students in their 20s, fresh graduates. So we have a diverse set of students. And that also refers to Hannah's question, is this a cohort-based or individual training? So because this is an individual-based training program, so we try to match you with your interest, your experience, and on your background. So when I say background, if you're more interested in, say, retail, then we may give you projects related to retail. If you're more interested in healthcare, then we may give you projects related to healthcare.
So although this is individualized program, personal program meeting with mentors, we do accept in the batches because we have so many students, so many mentors, we want to match them. It gives us the good flexible to find a student a good match. We don't randomly accept students throughout the year. It depends on the like if something comes up, but mostly we just match you in the certain times. So again, our next batch will be September, mid-September will be starting. But the current one is deadline this week. Like if you really share your CV with us, we can review if you be qualified. It really, we're looking at different factors like if you're matched for a program or not. And then we interview with you, sometimes 15 minutes, sometimes more. So yeah, send us an email, info@magnimindacademy.com. This email here, we can just see if you're qualified for it. How often do we start the batches? We start the batches and as again, fixed three batches throughout the year, September, January, and June. But time to time we open batches like July batch. It depends on how many spots we get from new companies or companies. Great. Yeah, if you have any questions, reach out to us. Like info@Magnimind Academy. You may also send me an email, murat@magnimindacademy.com. We are happy to help and address your needs. We can have even short, like a calls to see if you're qualified, but this info session covers really good amount what we're doing. And if you see you're good, you like it, you apply, and we go from there.
There's one more question at Q&A. Do you think this program will be a good fit for someone with a biology background who recently completed the USSC Silicon Valley Extension Data Science program, has no prior industry experience? How do you help students like that get ready for the job market? So I think this will be a very good fit. This program will be a very good fit because most of the faculty, we are working on healthcare projects. You already have an exposure to data science. You already had maybe 6 months training on data science program. So you have experience. What is lacking here is industry experience, and that's the problem. That's what we are addressing, trying to address the problem by providing you a 9-week long internship program, which is going to give you that experience, this industry experience, by working on a project with a startup company.
Yeah, that's a good one. UCSC's data science extension give you a good fundamental background, but our program will be the final touch for you. We know UCSC extension programs and curriculum. A bit good one final touch for you. Good. So thank you, everyone. So if you have any questions, send us an email. Thank you for being here Saturday morning. Hope to see all of you in our program. Take
All
care.
right. Thank
Bye.
you, everyone.